So yeah, the main thing is just to be consistent, no matter what it is that you're doing. If you're choosing to let them cry it out, be consistent with that. Just be consistent with that, and it will get better. Like, it will get better. It's Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video topic is about sleep training. Do you agree with sleep training? Do you not agree with sleep training? Go ahead and comment that down below. Because we're going to talk about it today. Yeah, I don't know if she's happy about the sleep training, but it's alright. Alright, so before I get into the video, you know what I'm going to say. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the bell next to it so you can get these videos whenever I upload. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and I may just throw a video here and there on a random day. But my consistent days are Tuesdays and Thursdays by 10 a.m. So go ahead and hit the bell, hit the like button, thumbs up, and the subscribe button. Alright, so sleep training. Okay, so there is a ton of research about sleep training. There is a ton of backlash about sleep training and whether or not you should or should not sleep train your child. But I say, again, every child is different, every parent is different. So however you choose to raise your child and do with your child is your own business. I think that pretty much sums up the whole video right now. I pretty much just hit stop right now. So I posted maybe a few months ago on my Facebook page. It was one night I just posted pretty much like, I think it was probably like around 7:45, 8 o'clock. Heart's in bed, I'm in bed, go me, something like that. And that's pretty much every night. Every night she is in bed by 8 o'clock unless she had a super long nap during the day. Then and I know she's not gonna go back to sleep soon. Like, one day she slept, and I don't know why I let her sleep this long, but she slept until like 5:30. So I knew good and well she wasn't gonna go turn around and go right back to bed to sleep or to bed at 8 o'clock. So I put her in bed around 7:45, 8 o'clock, just depending on like what we have done before that. So anyhow, I put her in bed around 8 o'clock, and she may stay up and not go to sleep until 8:30. I don't know. But usually by the time I go back and turn her light out, because I turn her light out before I go to sleep, so that'll probably be like around 9-ish or whatever. Or I might turn it out a little bit before that or whatnot. But by the time I turn her light out, she's already asleep. So she goes to sleep somewhere between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. I don't necessarily know what time she's asleep, what time she goes to sleep. I just know I put her in bed at 8, and as long as she's asleep before I turn her light out, I'm fine. As long as she's in bed before I turn her light out, I'm fine. So, anyhow, but that's pretty much our routine. So the question is, how did I get us to a point where I could put her in bed, awake, and walk out the room? That's the main question. Because even if your kid doesn't go right to sleep, like, you want to be able to at least just put them in the bed and then go do whatever you need to do, whether or not you need to work out or if you need to read or study or do some more work, or you need to be eating this food and not throwing it on the floor. I'm gonna jack you up. You want more? More? Alright, so to get us to this point, I tried a number of things. I tried in the beginning just letting her cry it out. And I will say she was probably maybe like around 9.5, almost 10 months when I officially decided like, okay, it's time for you to get out of my bed. And I had no intention on really putting her out of the bed, but my sleep was becoming so uncomfortable because I'm having to make sure, pretty much be alert throughout the night. Like, and you're gonna always gonna be alert as long as you have a child in the house. But super, super alert because I'm like, Lord, I hope she don't roll off the bed and onto the floor. 1. 2, every time I move, she's like right up under my armpit, so I'm like super, super hot. Like, I can't have any skin-to-skin contact when I'm in the bed, really. Because I'm just like, my body would just be like in flames. Like, I just get so, so hot. I get super, super hot. And she's the same way. Like, we just get really, really hot. So, I didn't like her sleeping in my bed for a number of reasons. Because it was just uncomfortable. And I just needed her out. So, I decided that she was going to sleep in her own bed. And it took us a while to get there. But, as you can see, we eventually did get there. To a point where I could put her in the bed and walk out. So at first I tried just having her cry it out. But at that point when I was trying that, I wasn't exactly to a point where I could hear her cry and it not really bother me. But now I can hear her cry and I'm like, girl, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You've been changed, you've been fed. You're fine. You just want me to come pick you up. So alright, so if I can remember what I was saying. Oh, I tried to, in the beginning, just let her cry it out. But like I said, I wasn't at a point where I could just let her cry it out and it not bother me. So I tried that for a little bit and that just wasn't working because she would just cry. Like, she would just cry. And so she ended up back in the bed. So then I tried something else. So then I tried, because I was still nursing at the time, and I just knew, like, okay, in order for this to work, I'm gonna have to have a bottle ready. Okay, so like I knew that I was gonna have to pretty much just have a bottle already ready for her, pumped milk already for her. So what I would do is I would pump during the day, nurse her during the day, and I would nurse her right before she went to bed. She was eating solids at this time too, like she already started eating solids. So I would give her a little bit of food, like baby food, and then I would nurse her and give her a bath or whatever, and then I would put her in bed. And so that worked for a bit, because when she would wake up in the middle of the night, like as soon as I heard her sound, like I would run downstairs, get her bottle, warm it up, bring it back up here upstairs, and then give it to her. And I would just hand her the bottle, like put it in her mouth, and then walk out the room. Now, every single night I tried that didn't work, because sometimes she just wanted to get out of bed. And so sometimes, I would give her the bottle and she would cry still, or I would give it to her and she would drink a few sips or whatever, and then she would throw her out, she would cry. I would give her a pacifier, she would cry sometimes. What are you talking about? You want more? Here. More. 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 It's good. Anyways, so again, that didn't really work every single time, but for the most part, that's what I started out with, making sure I had a bottle ready for her. And for maybe like a week or two, I was doing that consistently. And again, like I said, every single time it didn't work. So there was a couple of nights where I ended up taking her out of the bed because she would just cry. So she would sleep half the night in her room, and the other half of the night she would sleep in my room. So once that started fading out, like that whole process, because it's again, like, it was working for the most part, and then it kind of like wasn't working. So then she ended up back in the bed again. I went through a whole trial and error of all of the things. So, as time progressed or whatever, she started getting a little bit older. She was like 9.5 months, 10 months, around that time. Around the time she was like 11 months, I started putting her, like, she was eating a lot more solids at this time. So, did you put that whole thing in your mouth? Around the time that she was 11 months, I started giving her a lot more solids. And so she would only nurse maybe like once a day. Like, she would only nurse pretty much like at night, right before she went to bed. So what I started doing was I would feed her real food. And then I would nurse her right before she went to bed. So I would feed her, I would nurse her, we would play for maybe like 20 minutes. Sit down, sit down, sit down. What are you doing? Are you getting out? If you're still eating, you need to sit down. Why are you talking to me like that? Are you going to get out or no? Are you going to eat? You still eating? But you're still eating, so you need to sit. You can't get out until you... Alright, so... Alright, so by the time she was 11 months, she was eating a lot more solids. And so I would feed her, I would nurse her, I would give her a bath, and then I would put her right in the bed. And I would walk out and close the door. Okay? So that was our routine. Now, I know that if there's too much light in the room, that's too much stimulation, and so therefore she's not gonna go to sleep. So she has a lamp in her room that kind of makes the room dim. So I would turn the lamp on before I even put her in the bathtub. Like, I would turn the lamp on, like that already sets the tone for the room, and then we would go in the bathroom, take a bath, and I would dress her in her crib. Like, I would put her down in the crib from right out the bathtub, dry her off, lotion her down, put her pajamas on, and give her her pacifier, and then just leave her in there. That's pretty much like, that is and was our routine. Like, that's what we do every single night. And she sleeps with the light on, not all throughout the night, but until she falls asleep, the lamp is still on. So it's kind of dim in the room. I put her right in the crib as soon as she gets out to let her know, like, this is time for bed. Like, we're getting ready to go to sleep now. Or you're getting ready to go to sleep now. And making sure I do that consistently every single time is how I came to be able to put her in the bed and go to sleep at night around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Like, I'm in the bed pretty much like a good 20-30 minutes after, maybe like 30-40 minutes, I'll say 30-40 minutes after she gets in the bed, because then I'll take a shower myself and kind of wind down and get to bed or whatever right after I put her down. So that's pretty much how I'm able to do that, because I keep a very consistent routine, and I make sure that she's good and fed. Like, I make sure she is full, and then I give her a nice warm bath that relaxes her. And I said, the tone and the mood for the room with the dim light so that she's not overly stimulated. And I walk out of the room after that. I make sure I lay her down, give her a pacifier, and I walk out of the room. There's a couple of times, like in the beginning, where I walked in because I'm just expecting her to like be like in there crying because I left her, but she's not. Like, she'll still be awake, just looking around in the room, but she's laying down. So I think the major key about this is just being consistent, and also making sure that the child is well fed, and has had a warm bath. Okay, that warm bath, just like for you, girl, you all over there bothering my cords and stuff. You messing up my camera. What you doing? So again, just making sure that you're well fed, that she had a warm bath, and that the room is dim. That pretty much sets it up so she's ready for bed. We've done that every single night since then, and it works like a charm. Now I will say here lately, don't bother it. No, don't bother it. So I will say here lately, she has been crying when I put her down to bed because she don't want to go to bed. Like, she just be in that bathtub, kicking around, splashing around, playing around, or whatever. And I think she's like, you know, having too much fun. But I mean, it is what it is. But so she will cry sometimes when I put her in bed now. But I let her cry, y'all. I just let her cry. I mean, she will cry, and I act like she ain't even crying because she's not hurt. There's nothing wrong with her. She just wants to get out and play. And so I just let her cry, and you know, maybe a few minutes later, I don't hear anything. So she sometimes will still just be standing there in the crib like she's just standing up. But she's not crying. She's not whimpering. There's nothing wrong with her. So I get on in the shower and continue out my night routine and keep it on moving. Next thing I know, she's asleep. So, again, just be consistent. As long as you're consistent, you can achieve these same results. No matter what technique you're using. If you're using, hey, leave that alone. Don't bother it. Come on. No. Leave it. So yeah, the main thing is just to be consistent, no matter what it is that you're doing. If you're choosing to let them cry it out, be consistent with that. Just be consistent with that, and it will get better. Like, it will get better as long as you're consistent with it. You can't just try it for 2 and 3 days and say, oh my God, I can't do this, blah blah blah, because nobody does anything in 3 days. Like, you can't form any kind of habits in 3 days. Okay, so give it at least 3 weeks, you know, to see if it works. Okay, you can read that anywhere. It takes 21 days to form, you know, habits. So, or to make some type of change, which is a habit, whatever. It takes 21 days. So give it at least 3 good weeks and see if that works for you. Okay, but you know, maybe try what I've done. Make sure the baby's fed. Good, I'm talking about good and fed. Like, don't overfeed the baby, but make sure they're full. Give them a warm bath. You know, dim the lights in the room if you have that option to dim the lights, or maybe turn off the lights and just kind of like, you know, maybe 2 night lights. That'll create a little bit of dimness in the room. So do that. But anyhow, y'all. This is what she does. She takes over my video. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, y'all. So I gotta go because I smell my pizza in the oven. It is Friday. We do pizzas on Fridays. Well, I do pizza on Friday. And of course, she will have a little bit of it because, you know, once you become a mom, you can never eat without having to share again. So I mean, that's just, you know, we do pizzas on Friday. So let me go. Again, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the share button, and yes, okay, go ahead. I'll put you in. I'll hold you up. Let's look it. All right, look up there. Say, all right, guys. We will see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh, you said bye bye. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.